In a word, all eloquence except Ciceronian is distasteful to me. Now I know your trouble. You are seeking to gain that splendid and longed-for name Ciceronian, so much that I consider life bitter unless I attain it. Henceforth I cease to wonder, for you have directed your mind to the attainment of a most beautiful thing. What? You possessed with the same desire? Completely, and the flames increase daily. You would, perhaps, be loath to be cured of this disease if someone should promise help from herbs, gems, or charms. It would be killing, not curing. Either I must die or attain. There is no middle ground. How easily I divined your mood from my own. I will hide nothing then from you, initiated, as it were, into the same mysteries. Who, pray, would not rather be celebrated in the eyes of posterity as a Ciceronian than as a saint? Will you receive me too into your alliance? For I have long been driven by the same frenzy. We will. Now I shall reveal the mysteries to those consecrated, as it were, to the same God. For 7 whole years I have touched nothing except Ciceronian books, refraining from others as religiously as the Carthusians refrained from flesh. Why so? Lest somewhere some foreign phrase should creep in and, as it were, dull the splendor of Ciceronian speech. Also I have enclosed in their cases and removed from sight all other books, lest I should sin inadvertently. And hereafter there is no place in my library for anyone except Cicero. How neglectful I have been! Never with such care have I cherished Cicero. Not only in the chapel and library, but also in every doorway have I a picture of him beautifully painted, and I wear one engraved on a gem so that he may ever be in my thoughts. No other vision comes to me in sleep except that of Cicero. I do not wonder. Among the apostles in my calendar I have given a place to Cicero. Quite right, for they used to call him the god of eloquence. I have been so diligent too in reading and rereading his writings that I have learned by heart almost all of them. What industry! Now I am girded for imitation. But hold, I am not content with this. There is not a word in all the books of that divine man which I have not set in order in an alphabetical lexicon, and there is a second volume even bigger than this, in which I have arranged alphabetically the phrases peculiar to Cicero. Now, at last, I am ashamed of my laziness. There is a third. Woo! A third, too? It had to be. In this I have gathered all the metrical feet with which Cicero ever begins or ends his periods, and their subdivisions, the rhythms which he uses in between, and the cadences which he chooses for each kind of sentence, so that no little point could escape. You perhaps think that I am content to note the mere words. See how far you miss the mark. The same word is not always used in the same way. For example, the verb refero has one force when Cicero says refera gratiam, another when he says liberi parentes et forma corporis et moribus referunt, another when he says refero me ad intermissa studia, again another when he says si quid erit quod mea referat scire, finally another when he says non ignota referum. Likewise, orare lentulum is one thing, orare causam is another, and I am not satisfied to have noted 1 or 2 passages, as some are, but as often as the word is found in Cicero. However similar the form, I note the page, the side of the page, and number of the line, affixing a mark which indicates whether the word is in the middle of the line, at the beginning, or at the end. In this way, you see, one word takes up several pages. Ye gods, what may not such care accomplish? Just a second, Pilephorus, you have heard nothing yet. It is not great to speak like a grammarian, but it is divine to speak like Cicero. Explain, I pray, more fully. Amo, amas, amat, for this may be cited as an example, I find in Cicero, but amamus and amatis perhaps I do not find. And what if you should find legeram, legeras, legerat, and should not find legeratis? If you should find scripturam and not scripturatis? These things, of course, must seem ridiculous, if you are bold enough to use stultitias and stultitarum, vigilantes and vigilantiarum, specibus and specierum, fractum, ornatum, cultum, vultum, ambitibus, ambitum, and innumerable others of this sort. Now about derivatives, lego I should dare to use, legor I should not, naustus I should, naustior and naustissimus never, ornatus and ornatissimus, laudatos and laudatissimus I should use without hesitation, ornatior and laudatior I scruple to use. Now learn the compounds. Do not tire yourself by citing in detail. We understand perfectly. Nesapanos. There is no exception. A Ciceronian who will not be in whose books there is found a single little word which he cannot show in the writing of Cicero, and a man's whole vocabulary I deem spurious, like a counterfeit coin if there is in it even a single word which has not the stamp of the Ciceronian die, for to him alone, as the Prince of Eloquence, it has been given by the gods above to stamp the coin of Roman speech. The law is more severe than those of Draco. If a whole volume is condemned, however choice and eloquent it otherwise is, on account of one little word unlike Cicero's, but it is fair. Do you not see that on account of one little counterfeit piece of money great wealth is confiscated, and on account of one wart, however small, the whole form of a maiden otherwise beautiful is robbed of charm? I grant it.